Just next door to the large and popular Church of the Annunciation is a hidden gem in the city of Nazareth, the International Mary of Nazareth Center. Not only does this site offer its visitors an elaborate 3D multimedia presentation, but it also gives you a spectacular view of the landscape of the area that was once ancient Nazareth. Late in 2009, the Israel Antiquities Authority announced that archaeologists had discovered a building in Nazareth dating from the time of Jesus. The interesting thing about this discovery is that this was not a cave, but real constructed walls. According to the Israel Antiquities Authority, the artifacts recovered from inside this building included fragments of pottery vessels from the early Roman period, that is, the 1st and 2nd centuries. There are 2 rooms here and an outdoor courtyard, and all of it was occupied during the time of Jesus. Now in this section over here, there is a very deep hole with several layers of chambers. I wanted to see what was down there, so we inserted our 360-degree cameras into these underground chambers to take a look around. No one had ever done this before, and after looking around inside of it, we concluded that this was an underground silo, and that these chambers were used for food storage. You see, the people in the ancient world used these silos to keep their food cool. But this was not the only place on the site where food was stored. There is a smaller underground cooling chamber, and this one has even more evidence of human occupation, because the items that they stored their food in are still down there. Once again, we decided to lower our 360-degree cameras into this hole so that you could get a first-person look at what it would be like to crouch inside this room. What you see here are many broken clay vessels scattered all over the floor of this pit. These may be some of the pottery shards that the archaeologists said were from the early Roman period. And they've been lying here just as you see them now, totally undisturbed since the last day they were used. Now there was another very interesting find at this site, and it has to do with the hole that you are looking at right here. As you may know, in the 1st century, the Jews had gotten fed up with the Roman occupation of their country, and in 67 AD, they took up arms against the Romans. As a result of this Jewish revolt, the Roman army, under the leadership of General Titus, destroyed the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. In fact, Jesus prophesied about this very invasion 37 years earlier. But to travel to Jerusalem from Rome, you have to go through Galilee, and that's exactly what the Roman soldiers did in 67 AD. On their way to Jerusalem, the Roman army left a path of destruction and bloodshed, and much of that tribulation occurred up here in Galilee. Right here you can see a round hole in this rock. The lip of this hole indicates that a round stone was built to fit perfectly over the top of it. Archaeologists believe that this underground pit was prepared so that the entrance could be camouflaged. After studying similar excavations in other Galilean villages, they determined that this underground room was constructed to be a hiding place, probably for a single Jewish family, in order to protect themselves during a sudden attack by the approaching Roman soldiers. There is more evidence of this because the builders constructed even a lower niche where the occupants could sit down comfortably so they wouldn't be constantly putting pressure on their knees from crouching. 1900 years before Anne Frank wrote her diary about Jews hiding in a wall, or before Corrie ten Boom wrote her World War II era book, The Hiding Place, the Jews of the 1st century were already constructing secret rooms to hide themselves from their persecutors. Now, was this pit ever used for this purpose? We know that Roman soldiers swarmed through Galilee, so it's my guess that this actually became a hiding place for the family that lived here. I've always wondered about the possibility that Jesus was also here at some time during his life. Because he lived here for about 27 years, the odds are very good that Jesus knew the people who lived in this house, that he played with their children while he was a child, that he may have built things for this family as he practiced the trade that Joseph taught him. Did he have a conversation or share a meal with this family? These are things that we will never know.